Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Duckpin TV's coverage of the Women's National Duckpin Association Connecticut Classic. This is match 2. Last week, Luke, we saw Amanda Zangla defeat your mother-in-law, Deb Vincent, 143-141. It was a very exciting match. This week, we see Paula Fletcher taking on Amanda, challenging Amanda. What do you think the keys to the match are going to be? And if you had to predict a winner, who do you think it would be?
I think the keys to this match are going to be very similar to last week. Next week, you're going to see the championship match. There's one match to go to get there. And I think the bowler that comes out of the gate starts well, puts a little bit of pressure on the other bowler, certainly going to be in good position to win this game. Having said that, given that Amanda Zangla has a little bit of experience in this situation last week, I would look for her to start early, but probably win a close game against Paula.
Yeah, and we've got another exciting match coming up, folks. We're going to take a break for a moment. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Johnson's Lanes is located in the Hamden Plaza in Hamden, Connecticut. We have 20 beautiful duckpin bowling lanes and arcade games. Johnson's is great for open play, leagues, fundraisers, and parties. This year, Johnson's Lanes will be celebrating 60 years in business. Join the celebration and enter to win a half-carat heart-shaped diamond. Monthly drawings will be held January through August, culminating in the grand prize in September. Come on down to Johnson's Lanes, the Hamden Plaza. Would you like to see more events like this broadcast on Duckpin TV? If you would, please consider donating. All of your donations will be used to purchase new equipment to improve our broadcasts. If you would like to donate, please visit us online or contact a Duckpin TV rep. That's www.duckpintv.webs.com or visit us on Facebook. This week's WNDA trivia question is, in what year was the WNDA founded? Think on that for a moment and continue watching as we will reveal the answer later in today's show.
All right, welcome back, folks. Once again, I'm Eric Lateska. Luke Robustelli is here with me in the booth. And same as last week, we've got Laurie Schreiber with us. Laurie, thanks again for joining us.
Well, thank you. It's great to be back. Last week, we saw Amanda Zangla defeat Deb Vincent by 2 pins, a score of 143-141. It was a very exciting match. And next up, Amanda will face Paula Fletcher.
Laurie, in the intro, I gave my prediction for this match. Now I'm going to put you on the spot. Who do you think is going to win?
Well, I think she's got a ladder match under her belt already. She's warm, and she's been throwing the ball with a lot of confidence. So in this instance, I would have to go probably with Amanda. But having said that, it's a funny game, and anything can happen on the ladder. Anything can happen at any time. So it wouldn't surprise me to see Paula come up and throw a big game and win as well.
Doing a little bit of hedging, Laurie, huh? Well, I'll tell you what, I'll make my pick for Paula. So that's two against 1. Paula's going to kick this match off on lane 9. It was a great ball.
Start. Very nice start.
Certainly a great start for Paula, and her and I were talking a bit earlier, and she doesn't have a lot of experience on the ladder, so it was very good to see her get up in the first frame and drop 9. It could be a very good sign if she gets up here, hits this in the middle, and starts with a spare.
And Paula's a great bowler, a long-time bowler. And she covers that 7-pin. Great start. Her high game is a 201, high set 508. She's out of Boston, Mass.
Very well done by Paula.
See Amanda Zangla. I apologize. I've been mispronouncing Amanda's name all of last week and in the introduction. Her name is Amanda Zangla. She qualified 10th in the event, 1078. You saw her last week defeat Deb Vincent in a very close match. Picks up where she left off last week.
You know, a nice little side story to this. Amanda hails from Maryland, and her father woke up this morning and just decided he wanted to go for a ride, and he drove all the way here to Connecticut from Maryland this morning just to watch Amanda bowl.
Oh, that's quite a story. I did see him out in the crowd. I didn't realize he made the commute this morning. And it's a good thing he did to see his daughter on her first ladder appearance.
Certainly. Who knows? He may have had a feeling.
Amanda off to a great start here. Puts 9 on a spare. 19 in the first, looking for the spare in the second.
And wastes no time at all. Gets right up there, drops 9, make it twice. Almost a little Eddie Darling-esque in how quickly she kind of gets right up there and throws the ball.
She looks comfortable. She looks
Absolutely.
And 2 singles in a row. That's a big start.
See if Paula can answer. Paula drops 9 herself, leaves the 10 pin. So Paula qualified 15th in this in the early round. Shot a 10:31. Her match play record to get to the ladder was 4-1, 669. She's the 3rd seed on the ladder.
Paula's a special education teacher and just became a grandmother just a few short months ago. So she has been loving life with her brand new granddaughter.
Yeah, imagine adding a WNDA Tour victory to that. It'd be a great period in Paula's life.
And gets up there, kind of puts the ball out on the lane, but doesn't really follow through and reach for that 10 pin. Ball stays out left. She covers it for 10. Certainly she would have liked to have started with 2 spares, but 1 for 2 on singles so far.
Now we'll see how she comes back after missing that single.
Larry, it's good. It's funny that you mentioned her new granddaughter. She gave us a note to the folks at home. She asked us to say hi to my family, especially my new and first granddaughter, Gia. She's 3 for 3 on the head pin, staring at the 5 pin.
Yeah, good to see. Many people consider this the easiest of the singles because you're almost shooting the head pin right down the middle. That's not always the case.
And
She certainly made it look easy.
And that does a lot for your confidence.
Yes, to rebound after missing one, to come back and get the next one.
Yeah, very easily mentally to lose your focus after missing a single.
Very nice.
Amanda throws a rocket on lane 10.
Very nice. She's obviously very comfortable.
Those rookie nerves. She looks like she's shaking them off already.
Yeah, she doesn't appear to have them.
Has a very nice delivery, very smooth, very compact. Doesn't necessarily try to overpower the ball.
Another great ball on the object pin, goes through the middle.
With the 3 and 1 up there, you'd like to see her shoot the 3 on the inside, take the 9 load.
Well, she counts 6 on the strike. I'd like to see her shoot the 3 to get 9 out for her frame.
That's probably a welcome open frame from Paula's perspective. She has an opportunity now to close the gap.
Yeah, a little bit of daylight. And we spent some time last week talking about the importance of the 3rd ball. That comes into play when you're on a strike as well, and you cut the middle for 6. Missing those 3 on that 2nd ball, those are 3 big pins on that count.
Yes, they are. But she came back, hit the 3 for a 9 box. A bit of a bad break there, but it's plain to see Paula's not going away. Still not a bad ball. A little light on the head pin.
And this is tricky. Very hard spare to cover. You have to slide the 9 pin straight over into the 10 pin, and they are just located right next to each other. That said, it's makeable. You can make it.
It certainly
Paula may not
is.
be trying to go for it, though.
I think at this point you shoot for 1 and hope that maybe you get a good bounce.
And Paula up here for her third ball. Had a very interesting start to this game with Amanda with 3 marks, Paula with 2 marks. We find ourselves in a 8-pin game. Amanda leading 64-56. Certainly very competitive. Be good to see Paula come back with a frame right here. Put a little bit of pressure on Amanda.
Other than that missed single that we saw in the second frame for Paula, she hasn't missed her object pin yet. She hasn't dropped a pin. And that's why this is a 7-pin match instead of a 12-pin match.
Well, that was right on cue, Eric. That's like when somebody steps up to the free throw line and they haven't missed one all year. So
It's the
Paula gets up.
curse.
Paula gets up, misses the head pin, leaves a tough spare to shoot at here. See, she's a bit frustrated with that bowling ball.
Very difficult 5-pinner to convert here.
When you're shooting a spare like this, Larry, do you shoot the inside, the outside, or do you a specific way that you're looking to make that?
I try to shoot the inside in the pocket and hope that it'll carry a little bit better than if you shoot the outside.
We saw Paula take a really good shot at it and only got 3 out of the 5. But if you're shooting that, you're probably not expecting to make it. You take 3.
There's so many other variables that come into play.
So we got Amanda here, still with that 8-pin lead. Gets up 2 frames here with a chance to really put some distance between her and Paula.
Nice ball. Very nice.
Throws a great ball. 1-3 pocket.
And that's been her pocket so far today.
Yeah.
Let's see if she can stay in that pocket here.
And gets to the other pocket. Breaks 9. Looking at the 10-pin here for a spare. That could have very easily been a strike, though. That ball was...
Leaves the 10-pin.
On note with Amanda, everything is very smooth. She seems to throw the same ball every time. Her steps are the same every time.
You can sort of... When Amanda turns around and sort of starts walking back quickly, I think it's a clear signal that she was a little bit off balance. She's
Yes.
catching herself and just walking back. So through 5 frames, folks, the match is Amanda Zangla has quite an advantage. She's up 17 pins on Paula Fletcher. The score is 66-83. Amanda has completed her 6th frame and has a 92. So we're going to take a quick break. We're going to have a word from our sponsors, and we'll be back right after this.
Lucky Strike Lanes is located at 185 Stafford Road in Mansfield, Connecticut. That's Route 32, right across from the drive-in movie theater. Lucky Strike has 24 duckpin lanes and is home of the Eastern Classic, duckpin bowling's most historic tournament. Lucky Strike is also a great place for birthday parties, group outings, corporate functions, and fundraisers. Lucky Strike also has lanes available for open bowling. Rock and Bowl every Friday and Saturday night as well. You can visit Lucky Strike Lanes at luckystrikelanesct.com or on Facebook, Lucky Strike Lanes CT. Hope to see you soon. This week's WNDA trivia question was, in what year was the WNDA founded? The answer? The WNDA was founded in 1982, but did not hold its first tour until 1983.
All right, welcome back, folks. We will resume our match in just a moment, but first we would like you to get to know one of the bowlers a little bit better. Before the match, we asked Paula Fletcher as many questions as we could in 60 seconds. Enjoy. All right, 60 seconds. Here we go. What's your high game?
201.
Your favorite pizza?
Cheese.
Favorite dessert?
Sundays.
Favorite color?
Pink.
Best bowler?
Amy.
Plane, train, or boat?
Oh, boat.
Beach or pool?
Pool.
Shaken or stirred?
Shaken's all right.
Hot or cold?
Oh, definitely hot.
Favorite bowling alley?
Town hall.
Favorite vacation spot?
Any island.
Favorite cereal?
Mini wheats.
Favorite celebrity?
Tatum Channing.
Channing Tatum.
Channing.
Rihanna or Taylor Swift?
Rihanna.
Pitbull or Eric Church?
Pitbull.
Baseball or football?
Both.
Great, thank you. All right, I hope you enjoyed that. Now back to the match. So far through 5 frames, Paula Fletcher has 66. Amanda Zangla has 83. She's completed her 6th frame, has a 92 with an open. Paula's looking to capitalize and try to take control of this match. So, Laurie, how have the bowlers looked so far? And who looks likely to win so far?
Well, I think Amanda looks very confident. She looks, it's amazing how relaxed she looks up there throwing the ball. Paula doesn't look quite as relaxed. Might be a little bit tighter as the game's going on. That was a nice shot there. Nice try. So I think at this point, Paula just needs to keep pounding that head pin and hope some things start falling a little bit her way. But I think at this point, Amanda really looks very confident, very relaxed. I think she's got the edge.
Yeah, and that's probably means good things for your predictions earlier in the match. Both you and Luke choosing Amanda to continue her progress, her success so far. And I'm
We're in the
hoping
back
for
half.
Paula to pull it together here and make a run at the end.
Very nice. Bad break. Good ball, bad break.
And this is an interesting time of the game. We find ourselves with 4 frames left. Paula with a 17-pin deficit to make up here. Throws a good ball in the 9th, leaves a split. Eric talked about it earlier. Very tough shot to make.
And maybe this is the moment you actually go for it. It's a risk and a reward situation. You risk missing it because of how thinly you have to cut that 8-pin to slide it over into the 7. But the reward is big if you can get it.
Absolutely. And the momentum swing would be huge. But I think you try and shoot one. You can either slide it over or try and bounce it back up out of the pit. But you definitely want to shoot 1 and 1. You want to hold your wood.
Unless we got Amanda here coming up in the 7th. Had a bit of a hiccup last frame. Think she comes back with a good ball here, Laurie?
I think she does. And there it is. Very nice. Very nice.
She gets the favorable kick there that Paula was looking for last frame. Gets the 9-pin to fall and is looking at a 10-pin for a spare.
Yeah, talk about karma. She gets up last frame, throws the same ball in that 1-2 pocket, leaves the 10-pin, misses it, comes back up here and gets it again. And does the same thing. Same ball, same miss. And she knew it as soon as she let it go. She's now 0 for 4 on that pin. And she finds herself in a good spot here. Still up 16, 3 frames to go. Still a big lead here, a good chance to win. And Mark would put a lot of pressure on Paula here. But that could loom large going forward. Missed that 10-pin a couple times. That could come up big either later this match or again next week.
Sure, you get that stuck in your mind. And from this point forward, the 10-pin's the last one you want to see staring back at you.
I bet she wishes she had an opportunity to make the 10-pin this frame instead of this.
And again, we talked about that risk-reward earlier, Eric, with Paula shooting 7-8. With a 16-pin lead here, Amanda shouldn't be thinking about making this at all. She should be hitting the 5-pin in the middle, coming right back, hitting the 10-pin in the middle.
Oh,
nice shot. Beautiful shot.
Well, so much for conventional wisdom.
That was all reward.
She's been all over the head pin all day. It does not surprise me at all to see her make that shot.
So, with that impressive spare, that gives Amanda the 16-pin advantage and a hit. The pressure's on Paula here. Throws a good ball. She leaves herself a little baby split, something makeable. Now we have 3 frames left. Amanda's already put up a mark, so the pressure is on Paula now to really mark out, to be able to make up the 16-pin deficit. And a double wouldn't hurt. So she's got to be on the head pin. Comes up a little short on that one.
And she comes out with the 10. I'm sure she's a little disappointed with that second ball.
And she's not out of the game yet, though. Even with that hit in the 8th that Amanda has, Paula can still come back here, keep herself in the game with a mark, but she has to have a mark. Certainly a strike would be preferred here, open up the potential for a double. But even a spare here would at least open the door for her in the 10th frame.
Sure. Stranger things have happened. On the right pin.
The wrong result. Oh, and she
nice try.
shoots it really well.
And it's amazing how quickly this game can change. Paula started this game 2 marks in the first 3 frames. Very good start. Really comes out the next 7 frames. And just gets maybe a bit unlucky and really doesn't have all that much to show for it.
Yeah, you don't have to be too far off to start getting bad breaks and lose all of your momentum.
Well, absolutely. And Amanda, to her testament, she hung right with Paula throughout. And I don't think people realize just how much of a mental game this game really is.
And there we go. I think I think this match is just about over here, but we talked about that 1-2 pocket and Amanda leaving that 10 pin. This could be a good confidence booster for her here if she makes this going into next week's match.
No,
oh
she
boy.
left again.
Same thing. That's at this point. That has to be getting in her head.
Again, doesn't really have a lot of significance at this point in this match. But really, look into next week with her matchup against Erica, who bowls out of Johnson's. Hopefully you'd hate to see that come back and bite Amanda at some point in that match.
Well, she made it there for 10.
So she knows she can make it.
That's absolutely right.
She's just got to make it on the right ball next time.
At least she's got one under her belt.
And Amanda gets up in the 10th frame, up 25. Only needed 5 pins to put this match officially out of reach for Paula in the 10th frame. Gets up there, throws her ball, leaves 8.
That is
no
enough.
pressure here.
Nice try.
She almost covers it. She showed us how to make the 5-10 earlier. She almost shows us how to make the 3-7. She's putting on quite a display shooting splits.
She's had a great run here so far on the ladder.
Yep, 143 last week, 139 this week. She's averaging 140. That will win most games.
More times than not here on the WNDA, that will win.
Now it brings up some interesting commentary for next week here with Amanda having 2 very good games, 140 games, coming into a match with Erica, who's coming in cold. I don't know that she's been on a ladder, certainly hasn't bowled on the ladder in this tournament. It could make for an interesting dynamic when that match starts.
Yeah. Erica's first order of business is to get loose.
Certainly, and one thing to remember, this is Erica's coming off of her first year in adult leagues. This is her first ever Women's National Duckpin Association event.
So that will conclude our match, folks. Amanda Zangla wins her second match in 2 weeks. 2 out of 2. She's 2-0 on ladders, on WNDA ladders. Paula Fletcher finishes with 114. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll have a word with the winner of that match.
Johnson's Lanes is located in the Hampden Plaza in Hampden, Connecticut. We have 20 beautiful duckpin bowling lanes and arcade games. Johnson's is great for open play, leagues, fundraisers, and parties. This year, Johnson's Lanes will be celebrating 60 years in business. Join the celebration and enter to win a half-carat heart-shaped diamond. Monthly drawings will be held January through August, culminating in the grand prize in September. Come on down to Johnson's Lanes, the Hamden Plaza. Would you like to see more events like this broadcast on Duckpin TV? If you would, please consider donating. All of your donations will be used to purchase new equipment to improve our broadcasts. If you would like to donate, please visit us online or contact a Duckpin TV rep. That's www.duckpintv.webs.com or visit us on Facebook.
All right, welcome back, folks. We just saw the conclusion of our second match in WNDA Johnson's event. We saw Amanda Zangla continue her run of success here. She defeated Paula Fletcher by a score of 139 to 114. What do you think the moment of the match was, Larry?
I think easily the moment of the match was the 8th frame when Amanda made the 5-10 for the spare. Of course, she had momentum in her corner, but I think as your opponent is struggling and they're trying to stay in the game, when you see your opponent have a moment like that, it just kind of takes the wind out of your sails. So I think that was easily the moment of the match.
Yeah, very impressive covering of a difficult split. So we're going to send it over to Luke, who's going to have a word with the winner of the match, Amanda Zangla.
Amanda, congratulations on your second win.
Thank you.
You stepped up there in the 8th frame, shot the 5-10,
Yeah.
made it, really puts a lot of pressure on Paula. What were you thinking up there on your second ball?
Just make it, or try to make it.
Well, it worked out well. Again, congratulations.
Thank you.
Next week, you're going to be facing Erica DiStefano. What can we look forward to from you for next week?
I'm just trying to mark early and often, and just concentrate and do my best.
Well, congratulations and good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in to Duckpin TV's presentation of the Women's National Duckpin Association. At this time, we would like to thank all of the volunteers, donors, and the host bowling center for making this show possible. Make sure you tune in to Duckpin TV next week on Monday, July 7th, as Amanda Zangla takes on Erica DiStefano in the WNDA Connecticut Classic Championship match. Stay tuned to Duckpin TV, the home of Duckpin bowling.